Hello, hello, hello. All right, this is Tarot Spills the Tea. This one is unique. Unique in a way of this is a side character, all right, that we must dive into. We've got to dive into it to make something make sense, all right? So, hello to Marlen Flotus. Who really sent you? Who really sent your ass? We're going to dive into that. All right? We're going to dive into the live when a person named himself Marlen Flotus says that the avatar is involved with a ring operation and owes him lots and lots and lots of money in amounts that he can't seem to remember. I ask and dig into the real reason of why he called. Okay? Why did he call into Nosey's live? Why? Inquiring minds want to know. And you've got to know that I've got to tell you exactly who I am. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul, and I do have a spiritual website at www.unapologeticallysage.com. You can find Unapologetically Sage on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, let's get this show started. Let's begin to sage this out, okay? Because I can't wait. This is a good one. It really is. So let me cite my sources. So it was Nosey Heaux live. Someone called in. See, when I said this was a good one, it's because it had me laughing the whole entire time. I'm gonna try not to laugh so that I don't cough. My coughing comes from the sinuses, my allergies. See, I'm laughing already. I'm sorry, you guys. All right, Nosey Heaux live. Marlen Flotus. This right here, I don't feel like I have to read all of that. My sages, you can look at it. This is the episode that I'm talking about, her live session that I'm talking about. Now, I do have to give a quick summary just for those of you who may not have tuned into this one and will check it out later. So, someone named Marlen Flotus called in live. And I believe he was in the comments first. I'm positive he was in the comments first. And you know how she is. She's like, did a little cussing, did a little talking, and was like, call in then, if this is true and stuff, call in. All right. So he called in. And he implied that Monique Tolbert is the avatar. This is a good time for you guys to direct your beautiful eyes to the bottom of your screen, no matter what screen that is you're looking at, whether it be a huge TV, an iPhone, Android, iPad, whatever you're looking at. Look at that red bar at that bottom. And what it says is for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is alleged and not to be used as facts. Every single time that you see that red bar at the bottom, the sentence within applies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So he implied that Monique Tolbert is the avatar by telling Nosey, you're on the right track, but there's more. Marlin said he does drug runs and has not gotten paid for his last run. He said Monique has a tax company and that she kept some people's stimulus check. And his was one of them. She owes him. Now, first he said 4,000, then he said 5,000, then he said thousands, then he said more. He said all of this happened in 2019. After the conversation concluded, Nosey's live chat lit up with accusations that he was full of the shiznit. Okay. So he called back. He called back. When he called back, Nosey asked for a total of what Monique owes him. And he came up with the number $9,000. And she asked, why did he expect to get paid that after he said all of this? He said because there's a big secret that he's holding on to, and that hopefully with him doing this speaking amount, that she knows that he's serious about it, and she'll go ahead and give his money instead of, to prevent him giving the big secret. And so Nosey propositioned. I'm sorry, this was funny too. Not this part, but anyway, okay. She propositioned giving him the $9,000. He said, y'all don't have that. Y'all don't have that. I guess talking about Nosey and the mermaids. And Nosey said, you don't know what the fuck I have. Okay? Y'all know how Nosey is. And the way that conversation went after that, he said, okay, I'll DM it to you just for you to see, because he said, no, I don't want the money from you and the mermaids. And so she was like, it ain't got to do with my mermaids. It's got to do with me. What if I give it to you? I'll give it to you. And so he said, no, it's not right. I don't want you to give it to me because she's the one that owes me. Monique owes me, as if he's some kind of stand-up gentleman. He said, no, she owes it to me. She owes it to me, so she's the one that's got to give it to me. I want it from her. And so then between the two, it was reconciled that he would just DM the big secret, and she was not supposed to tell anybody. So this dude is on there going, just breathing hard. And Nosey's like, well, what's the problem? And so he's like, I'm just stressed because, this is big. This is big. Honey, I'm like, are you recording a porn video right now? What's big? Why are you breathing and talking like that? What is going on? Then he says, let me check Instagram real quick. So he says he has to check Instagram because that's the way he's been communicating with her while he's been asking for his money. And right before he came on to tell her all the business that he told, he threatened her and said, I'm on here, I'm going to go in here telling all the business, you better give me my money. So that is the reason why he said he had to go check his Instagram real quick to see if she's responded. Now, this is all while he was doing that heavy breathing, talking about, it's so big. This is about him telling the secret to Nosey in private. It's just so big. So he goes on Instagram, according to him, and says, oh shit, wait a minute. She did respond. Oh, I got my money. And then the line goes dead. Click, he hung up. You know what? I need to take some medicine real quick because before I go any further, because I know I'm gonna be laughing so hard that I'm gonna end up coughing. But that's the summary, okay? Okay, I'm gonna try to calm down with all my laughing. But this shit is funny to me, okay? So let's first look at this. Okay. That didn't last long, did it? Okay, first of all, I noticed this man's last name was Flotus. According to the, y'all know last video I said I was a nerd. All right, so get into it. The last American United States census, no one reported the last name Flotus. Now, I know that everyone doesn't report on that census stuff. I know that. So there's still like a 0.00001 chance of somebody's last name being Flotus. But the way that I know Flotus means the first lady of the United States. That's what FLOTUS is short for. And POTUS is short for President of the United States. FLOTUS and POTUS. Okay? Um, so FLOTUS, his last name in FLOTUS stood out to me because I was like, that's BS. Your last name ain't FLOTUS, but you apparently remember when I mentioned the bishops, when I was talking about the bishops breakdown, I said I dive into people's name when they name themselves. When it's some kind of nickname or some sort and they name themselves, I look into it because that's done for a reason. Same thing here. He named himself Marlen Flotus. Flotus, First Lady of the United States. That's how you view yourself? Okay. You see highly of yourself. You think highly of yourself. All right, sir. Sir, ma'am. So, it was a sir. And yes, I did just say sir, ma'am. He was gay. No problem against it, honey. I have no problem with it. Me, myself, I'm fluid. However, back to the point, he was taking this as a joke. I could already feel it. I could already see it. His last name is Flotus. He thinks it's a joke. Just like in this picture. I gotcha. I'm not really Flotus. Yeah, we know you ain't Flotus, dear. Now, looking into the first name, and this could just be coincidence. Could be, and maybe not. Like I said, I'm a nerd inside and I do nerdy things. Marlin was his first name chosen. Marlen Flotus. Looking up Marlin, a spirit just told me it was like to look up character. Look it up as a character. This type of person, I could see he plays a character. There's some kind of characterness in it. Like, not himself, but like as a character. Check this, the only character I found named Marlin is a clownfish, a main character in a movie, and it's a clownfish, so clowning. Whether or not he did that on purpose, it still says a lot. Because even with Flotus, it was like the joke is on you guys. Like, who doesn't recognize what Flotus is? And Flotus is not really something necessarily recognized by a large amount of people. You know what I'm saying? That's not really, I don't know if we, look, let me tell you something, and don't even come from my age. But when I was in school, we weren't taught what Flotus and POTUS was. I learned on my own. Whether or not they teach that now in school, what it means, I don't know. But I know I wasn't taught that in school. I learned on my own. So it's like 50-50 whether or not someone's going to know what Flotus is. But I did. And when I saw it, I knew this person was full of it and was joking. And then I sit up here and Spirit tells me look up Marlin as a character, and that means clown, clownfish. Oh, so you're clowning. All right, let's continue. As usual, we do start with the past. Now, I'm going to just give a rough summary because I expect that most of the people listening, you guys are return people. Although, what I have noticed and will continue to notice is that you guys are listening, but you're not subscribed. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't know why. I don't know why. Just go ahead and click that button. It's okay. And then that means you don't have to keep checking to see when I have a new video. You'll just be notified once you click that bell. But anyway, so there's 5 positions and I added a 6th position. So the first one is past. All right. And the past position card is what was in the past that directly affects the present. The present position is the answer to the question that I asked. What I asked was, why did, quote unquote, Marlen Flotus call in? All right? We are tapping into that energy. Whomever this person truly is, because Marlen Flotus is not his real name, but what made him actually call in and put himself in this position? That's the question. Okay. And asking the right question tells you everything that you need to know. Get into it. So, lots of reversals going on. And I did do the main cards, and then I did do clarifiers. And I didn't use my own clarifiers. I'm taking a break from using my own clarifiers and digging into other clarifiers, but I thought it would be very cute to use the before tarot card deck and the after tarot card deck. And if you're new, I have dozens of different tarot card decks, and I'm really big on imagery. So when spirit leads me to use a certain deck, that's the deck I use. And sometimes I point out imagery and everything. So, all right, now let's go ahead and sage this out now that everybody should be on the same page, okay? Past. This was reversed Queen of Swords. First thing I'm going to say, look at the imagery. Reverse Queen of Swords. So one thing that you guys need to know too, when cards are in reverse, what's going on in imagery is still going on in the reverse way. So you can look at it like this. They're receiving the crown, okay? Because this is a Queen of Swords. All other decks, the Queen of Swords, she has it on her head. Remember, I told you this is the before deck. These are what happens before instances. Okay, I love my before and after. I love my before and after. And what it is a take on the normal, the regular, the original Rider-Waite deck. The Rider-Waite deck is in the moment. Okay, so a lot of simple spreads people use are past, present, future, and that's what these decks kind of mock. Past, which is they label it as before. Present is the original Rider-Waite. And then the future is the after. And they mock, meaning that they're designed according to the original Rider-Waite. All right, so she's receiving her crown. Now, this was in reverse, which means taken away, dropping, releasing, however you want to look at it. Okay, and you'll see that in the next photo what I mean, because when the cards are in reverse, the imagery is in reverse as well. All right, past. This card in reverse as it relates to the past, oh my goodness. Malicious, manipulative, harsh, bitter, spiteful, cruel, deceitful, unforgiving. That's horrible. Now this right here, this part right here, disregarding your mental health. That tells me there's mental health issues. Sir, ma'am, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You're playing with your mental health issues? Don't do that. So this is in the past. Let's clarify this. Okay, so you can see, as you can see, the photo, what I was talking about. So the Queen of Swords in reverse, the way it looks in reverse, it's slipping out. It's slipping out of their hands. Okay. Now the clarifier is the moon, which happens to also be in reverse. What that means is confusion and unhappiness. You want to make progress, but are not sure what is the right thing to do. This embodies anxiety and self-deception. You want to make progress, but are not sure what is the right thing to do. Okay? I can't help but think, well, let me go to the next card. So the present card is Knight of Swords. That was in reverse. That means a big opportunity you have been awaiting for quite some time has finally come your way. However, you feel that it is out of your depth. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised that you feel like it's out of your depth. I'm not. I'm not surprised. I mean, you have anxiety and self-deception. There's confusion and unhappiness. You want to make progress, but you're not sure of what is the right thing to do. These are in your past, and these, as I always say, the past cards are what influenced your present decision. So you're just not sure of whether or not you should do this. What this is why you called in. You calling in with this mess. I've already determined that it was mess. Based off of the name, I knew it was going to be mess. And then him hanging up and saying, oh, she sent me the money. Gotta go. Click. We all can agree that was nothing but a bullshit. All right, let's look at the clarifier. The clarifier for the caller is the upright 7 of Cups. Being sidetracked by temptation and risking a healthy state of mind. We already know that this healthy state of mind goes back to that when it was disregarding your mental health in the very beginning, that the past card, disregarding your mental health, doing this, he's risking a healthy state of mind. That's the clarifier for the reverse Knight of Swords. Being sidetracked by temptation and risking a healthy state of mind. Temptation, you may wonder, what's the temptation? I'm going to tell you right now. The temptation is money. Somebody paid him. After I did this reading, and I'm going to get to it, but I'm getting to it right now. I saw somebody paid him. Somebody paid him to do this. And that's a temptation. Money is a temptation for, first of all, okay, let me say this. Money, I feel like I can say it's a temptation for 99% of us. Now, the level and the degree of temptation it is within us is different for us all. Okay? Because I can certainly say there are things that I'm just not going to do for money that I know someone who will. And we used to have those little games like in high school where, especially when that movie came out. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. But it's starring Demi Moore and her husband. I forget who her husband is. But there's a handsome man who wants to pay $1 million to sleep with her or whatever. And they don't have no money. And so the question is she going to do it? And she ends up doing it. And she discussed it with her husband. The husband said, yeah, go ahead and do it. It's cool. And then it wasn't cool after she did it. I forget the name of that movie. If you guys remember the name of that movie, Indecent Proposal. Bam. Sorry. There it is. Sorry. I got it. All you got to do is ask, I guess. I forgot. All you got to do is ask. And sometimes angels will just give it to you. Indecent Proposal. That is the name of the movie. When that movie came out, I ain't going to say my age, but around that time, my friends and I and stuff pondered a lot of questions like, what would you do for money? What would you do for money? And they thought I was lying because I said no on a lot of it. And years later, I'm still saying no on a lot of it and been in some situations where I've said no to a lot of it. Now, I'm not saying I've ever been offered $1 million to sleep with somebody. No, that has not happened. But I'm just saying that people do different things for money. And this situation involved money and what he was going to do for the money, but it was done for money. That's what I'm saying. Now, it risking his healthy state of mind and him needing to pay attention to his state of mind, I didn't foresee that. Now, I don't know what doing this has to do with his state of mind, but he shouldn't have did that. Now, I can say that. I can honestly say I feel like he should not have risked his good, healthy state of mind. Let's continue. In the best position, we have the hanged man. And although it may look reversed, this is actually upright. And why was I saying crows? I forgot what they meant. The hanged man, he's upright. An event that will compel you to make a decision. It's an approaching battle that you don't want to be an enemy of. So in his mind, the best is to satisfy the avatar. Okay? Now, understand this. I'm not saying that the avatar is Monique. What I'm saying is that that's what he's trying to convince Nosey of. And it's real suspect that he didn't do a good job, first of all. The man hung up. He just said, "Oh, I got my money," and hung up. That was so fake. But he was fake before that, but that was super, super fake. But he's convinced on trying to not be on the side, like an enemy of whoever this person is. Whoever this person is, he wants to be on the good side. Okay? And so I feel like there was a little bit of like bullying going on from this person, like, you better do this or else. I don't know what the or else is, or do I? But shit, I'm gonna tell you something. I believe the or else was, or else you ain't gonna get this damn money. Because money is involved. Make no mistake about it. Money actually is involved. And I think it was now this is what I need you to do. Now, another reason why, and part of why I believe that, is because Nosey confirmed that the guy did send her an email back in January trying to infiltrate her classes in order to get some intel for All About the Tea, in order for her to get an interview with Jen and all this kind of stuff. I don't know nothing about that because I was not listening to Nosey back in January. I wasn't. So I don't know anything about Jen. I don't even know who the Jen is, to be honest. But she confirmed it. She looked through her emails and she confirmed it. That, yes, that was the case. That he did try to get in that class. Now, what was curious to me was, what do you mean try? Did he pay or did he not pay? Did he get in or did he not get in? What happened? What happened? Because to my understanding, the classes are online, so it can't have nothing to do with COVID. So I don't know what happened with he tried to get in. Maybe her class was booked. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with that part. But she confirmed it. So he said he needed to get paid for some stuff, for some things. And I feel like he didn't want to make an enemy out of Avatar. So the best for him in making this call is to not have her as an enemy. Let's continue. And here is the clarifier of our clarifiers for this. No, I'm just kidding when I say clarifier of all clarifiers. But no, this is the clarifier to clarify what I was just now saying. This is the Two of Pentacles in reverse as the clarifier for the hangman. This represents having to decide between two choices that affect your financial status, trying to prevent financial strain. And I don't even have to repeat everything I just said. This backs up what I just said. This is the clarifier to that. Having to decide between two choices that affect your financial status. What those two choices is broke or not broke. Be able to pay what you owe and not be able to pay what you owe. The way he sees it is, do this phone call and get paid, not do this phone call, don't get paid, like, ever. And maybe I really do feel like he did do some work and she does owe him. And she did say, if you don't make this phone call, then you're not going to get the money. That's how I feel like it went down. All right. So here is where I have to say first, we're not done. We still have more to go. We are halfway there, okay? But please click like and subscribe and click that bell if you want to be notified for the next reading. All right. So, like I said earlier, I noticed a lot of you guys are not subscribed at all, but you watch and understand. I appreciate your support no matter what form it comes in. However, please go ahead and subscribe. That way I will be able to do lives. Okay? Recently found out that you need 1,000 subscribers in order to do a live. So I'm gonna need you guys to subscribe so that I can go ahead and put my face on here and talk my mess right face to face. I'll take calls and all that kind of stuff. I'm excited to do it, but cannot do it unless I have at least 1,000 subscribers. So for the 56% of you that are watching that are not subscribed, go ahead and click that button. It's free. Here's his worst. What he imagines his worst is in this situation, the situation being to call or not to call. 10 of cups. Upright. But look at the picture, okay? Honestly, I look at that picture, look at the imagery, it's very important. 10 is, the number 10 is successfully overcoming a challenge, okay? It means new beginnings. Beautiful, beautiful number, beautiful card to have. 10 of Cups is actually normally a beautiful card to have. I'm laughing because look at the imagery, all right? But it's raining on his parade. What this means to him is having a false sense of security. That's the worst. So basically, I believe she already owed him some money. And she said, well, in order to get it, just do this. That gave birth to him worrying about having a false sense of security. Because when you have a normal job and you go to your job Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, whatever it is, you know every 2 weeks or every once a week or however often you get paid, it could be once a month, you know that you're going to have that payment. You've never had somebody say, yeah, you worked, but psych, you just got one more thing to do today. So psych on you. You never had that. This person is experiencing that, which is probably what's damaging, was poking at his mental health. Because if I know I'm supposed to get paid and I done did the work and then I don't get it, yeah, my mental health will be messed with because it's gonna make me go crazy on your ass. Okay, that's how my mental health gonna be poked because it's gonna make me poke you. So I can understand how all this is coming together. But his worst is having a false sense of security. Thinking that everything is okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done made this phone call. Now give me my money. And then still not getting it. That's the worst. And that's not just the worst for him. That'd be the worst for anybody. That'll mess with anybody's sense of mental health. Because, yes, I would snap on that ass. I would. So the clarifier for that is upright. It's 3 of Pentacles, and it represents having to go back to school or learn a new skill. Finding a new or additional job for money. Okay, so it's kind of like them having to scrap all the work that you did, the money that's owed to you, and having to start over to earn the money for whatever it is that there's something that needs to be paid. It's a heavy energy of like bills, but it's not just regular bills. Like, we got regular bills, mortgage and PG&E and car notes and stuff and food. But it's something bigger than that. This whole entire message is something bigger than that. Like, this person owes something on something. And this money that Avatar owes him was supposed to pay that debt off. And she's dangling it like a carrot. And so the worst for this person is not getting this money and having to deal with the consequences of that. Basically. So we are at what's to come. What's to come was the reverse Wheel of Fortune. This series right here is the most I've ever seen Wheel of Fortune come out, whether it be upright or reverse. It's crazy because a lot of these people, they're dealing with their it's karma. As I always say, this also is known as the Wheel of Karma. And it was reversed. So when it's reversed, it means there will be a turn of events not in your favor and out of your control. And here we have again, as a clarifier, we have the 10 of Cups. We just had this card, okay? This one, I told you I'm dealing with two different decks. One is the before, one is the after. In the before, there was rain coming down on him, raining on his parade. And that was in the worst position, you know, which was represented a false sense of security. Now, this 10 of Cups is coming in reversed and coming in as a clarifier for this reversed Wheel of Fortune, which is what's to come. Family relationships are not stable. And when I say family, I am relating that back to the Avatar because a lot of times, every time I've seen family come up, it reverts back to her saying she looks at them as a family. Okay, so she really, like I told you guys in the readings that I've had on her, she really did see it as a family, and I broke down all the wrong reasons why it's not a family, but I can't take it away from her mind. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't, just because I can break down why it's not a family and the way she's thinking, it doesn't stop her energy showing up as it being a family. Okay. So, with that being the case, her energy is still going to show up in the cards as family oriented. Okay, hope you guys get it. If you don't, hit me with the questions down below. But family relationships are not stable. And I have in parentheses Avatar mom. You know, she's not the only one. And that's some things that narcissists do. They like to try to pretend like you guys are so close in the way of, you know, whatever it is that you're missing in your life. They like to get in there and say, you know, like, this is where I am. They try to make themselves fit in those missing spots. And it goes on to say secrets, problems, and disharmony. Someone may be trying to keep up appearances. That's the clarifier for the reversed Wheel of Fortune, which was saying there will be a turn of events not in your favor and out of your control. All right? Out of your control is what sticks out the most. Let's keep going. So here we go, what I like to call the bonus card, the 6th card. And it is the energy snapshot. It is the reversed 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords as energy is sleazy. Okay, I'm just going to say that right here, right now. All right, and I know all about the 7 of Swords as energy because one of my exes in a reading that that's an original of mine, their base energy was 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is a sleazy, greasy energy, a person you can't trust, a dishonest person, a person who steals. It's just a bad person. Now, this deck is the deck of the before. So this is 7 of Swords before. 7 of Swords before, you can look at the imagery as I read, and what it emphasizes is thinking about stealing the swords. They are sizing up the job. Okay? And it's swords because swords are words, swords are communicators, swords are thinkers and doers. Sword suit is supposed to be kind of looked upon as like the intelligent suit of all four of them when it comes to tarot. You know, they're the ones that use their words in an intelligent way, like a slick, easy way to get what they want. They slice through BS. They're the thinkers, communicators. You know, they have foresight. The sword energy. Now, take all of that and apply it to a thief, someone who's up to no good. All right, all of those skills, but you know, in a bad way, basically. Now, with this being from the before deck, look at it. So this is this person's energy. This is him going into whether or not to make the call, because the previous cards discussed whether or not he was going to do it. Should he do it? Should he not do it? Doing it for what? This, that, the other is going to risk his mental stability. You know, so I'm not surprised that the energy is him thinking about stealing the swords, because the original deck, oh, he stole swords. He walking away with a smirk on his face because it's like, I got you. I got it. That's the original deck image. This is before. So he's sizing it up. He's sizing up the job. And then it says, not sure of himself. He's nervous about it. Let's look at the clarifier. Right here says a lot. The clarifier is the reverse Queen of Cups. It says your most negative state of mind is being created by outside forces. This is the culmination of emotional difficulties. And I'm going to read and break that down. Okay, so let me say this is clarifying the reversed Seven of Swords. Like I said, this is the before. So he's thinking about stealing the swords and sizing up the job. He's not sure of himself and he's nervous about it. The clarifier is saying that your most negative state of mind is being created by outside forces. Your most negative state of mind is being created by outside forces. That tells me one of two things. Either Avatar has something to do with creating his negative mind, or the pressure of the debt that he has to pay is creating his negative state of mind. Either one or both is a culmination of emotional difficulties. That emotional difficulty sentence brings me right back to his mental stability, his questionable mental stability. All right? And with that, I just broke down why the clown called themselves First Lady of the United States called in. And while you're here, I just want to express my gratitude and thank each and every one of you for your support. And I want to ask again and say my goal is for 1,000 subscribers so that I can go live with you guys. Okay? I can go live. You'll see my face. You'll see my facial expressions when I talk, because I'm going to talk the same. And wig on, wig off, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You'll be able to see me and all of me, and we'll be able to communicate back and forth. And I'm excited for it. But like I said, I just learned I can't do it without 1,000 subscribers. And I have a long way to go, but I see that there's a lot of people that continue, their repeated viewers that are not subscribed. Go ahead, subscribe. Just click the button. It's free. It is free. It's furry, not free. It's furry. It's furry. Anyway, all right. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your week.